So we are in Jagged Maw. On the bottom side, we have Lorimbo playing the Infernals. Hopefully the overlay is good enough that you can get an idea of who's who. So on the upper side, we have FoxeR again on the Vanguard. So one of the main things about Jagged Maw is that it is a larger area in terms of the map size. And the walkthrough from one side to the other for most units is a long way around, as opposed to being fairly easy to get to one side or the other. I'm gonna adjust the volume just a tiny bit because I think it went a little too low, maybe. So that should be a little bit better. Maybe something like this. Perhaps, mayhaps. That'll probably do it. So one of the key things here is that perhaps this could be a good way, and I was about to say it, this could be a good map to get those dogs out and do full harassment with your dogs. Dogs have massive speed. You're going to have plenty of time between researching your Varillium Claws and getting more dogs out to actually be a massive threat against your opponent. Remember that Varillium Claws come out in 60 seconds. So if he started out at 1 minute and 20, by the time we're at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, we're going to be seeing these Varillium Claws come into action, and they are absolutely devastating. They deal a lot of damage to light units, and the dogs are so fast, and they are so good at surrounding units, imps, whatever it might be, that if it is a light unit, they are going to get shredded. And if it's not a light unit, yeah, they're going to still take good damage. So you should keep that in mind if you're going into the ladder. And this is now the ladder map. Jagged Maw is the ladder map. He's actually going to do something so good. He's actually robbing the Lorimbo's camp. And he's going to get the kill on both Gaunts. And he has 4 dogs going back here. Lorimbo might not have the charges to fight this. But there could also be a little bit of a loss when it comes to the scout. He needs to be very careful. A few of them are very low health. A couple of hits now going. And an infest goes down. And again, the infest deals 10% damage. Yeah, the SimCity is going to be very important here. The infest deals 10% of total health as 1% per second. So some of these doggos are going to be very low health. One of them is very high health, thankfully. A couple of them are in fact. And once this expansion goes down, there's going to be a little sentry post that also goes down right here. And it's going to become a repair-o-matic. And we've seen this before if you've been on stream. Today for the Alpha Navigators Cup, this is what ends up happening, that you can use the repair-o-matic to repair all of your scouts, and suddenly you're not just having a weak force of scouts that you're trying to harass with, you actually have a pretty strong force of scouts that is going to deal a lot of damage, that is going to have the survivability. He actually got it the wrong way around. He put the dog in instead of the Bob. So that creates a sentry array, which gives you extra vision, and it actually has a really cool ability that it gives a ton of vision. So I could see that being used in some other areas, but on the side of Lorimbo, he is farming those fiends at the moment. He wants to get those guns out there and start reaping with them. And now here comes the mass of dogs. That is a grand total of 6 dogs that are going to be going up against... Oh, a disconnect. Is that for me or for the players as well? I think it might just be me. Oh, no. Oh, that's really unfortunate. So it seems like we're not gonna get to see her. Okay, I just clicked OK and it went away. Beta, folks. But it seems like we are okay. So we dodged that. We dodged the disconnect. That's a new skill. We dodged the disconnect. Yeah, it seems like they're still playing fine, so it should be all good. And now pushing here. On the side of Lorimbo, he's taking all of those creep camps. Unfortunately, he would lose a good number of fiends to that fight, but more could be generated. That Lancer is just walking through hell right now, not caring about anything in the world. He just wants to stay alive. He'd actually call the scouts back to try and get a little bit of distance between him and the Gaunts, as well as the fiends. Now, falling back here. The Lancer just barely staying alive and staying on it. Unfortunately, Lancers are non-mechanical units, so they're not going to get healed by the Repair-O-Matic. They have to wait for a med station. And the med station is only available once you finish the central command, which recently happened, and you throw in a sentry post for that one. But it seems like for the side of FoxeR, he's going to be looking to go for the mech play. A double mech. We could be seeing, like Donilia before, a Atlas drop and trying to micro those Atlas to deal a lot of damage. We see the scouts actually got into the base here. I don't know if they did a lot of damage. I don't think they did. Maybe they got a kill or two. They definitely pulled back the army from the side of Lorimbo to have to deal with that. But a couple of Atlas drops using the shortcut from the bases could be very dangerous. There is no hangar yet. So it might be so far a double Vulcan play and just trying to get a couple more Vulcans out into the map and have a good result with those. Of course, you also have the Exos. There is an upgrade being worked on right now in the machine lab. And we're going to go for a third into this space. This is a double Luminite space. It doesn't have any Therium, so if you need Therium, you're going to have to take it from up here. There are two Therium veins on the upper side that are very good, and you can throw a lot of people into it. But here's a drop with Guns and Brutes coming into the main base. They're going to be hitting really hard at this moment, but the Bobs are almost going to get away. The Hedgehogs come in, so he's going for Hedgehogs now, but the Hedgehogs only have bonus damage against heavy units. They're probably not going to be that good against the Guns. He actually needs the Dogs here who have Beryllium Claws to make sure work of the Guns. He needs to kill those, or the Fiends are going to start to spawn up, and you can see them here. The Lancers are fairly weak. They cannot repair on the Repair-O-Matic. So it's just the Scouts and the Hedgehogs that are going to be trying to fall back onto that Repair-O-Matic if it happens. And the Bassa Cannon at the bottom of the ramp is going to deny and follow up onto the expansion. But Lorimbo is staying happy right now. He doesn't need to leave. He has a bunch of guns here that he can use to attack the Lancers. Eventually they will die. They deal a lot of damage too. And the Hedgehogs are also really, really weak. Trying to get more units into here. One of the Hedgehogs is going to go down, and that is an investment that FoxeR is really having to pay for. Full Shroud on the map out for the side of Lorimbo. He wants to keep this engagement going. Repair-O-Matic is right here in the middle, and it's not gonna survive for too long, I don't think. Oh, he immediately goes down. There is a above hour charge on the map going, but it might be it. The Hedgehogs can only do so much at this moment, and the Magmadon is just having a whale of a time going after the Bobs. Hedgehogs are kind of protected by the Bobs, but you're losing so much of your economy, and you can see that on the back of this, Lorimbo is just expanding like crazy. He's getting more units, more Shroud Zone. He's just following up. And even though this might not be the killing blow for the side of Lorimbo, it's definitely something that is going to put back FoxeR on his build order and his plan to try and keep up. I think he has very few Bobs left, actually. He just keeps losing his economy, and it's going to take so much time to regain it at this point. And the Hedgehogs just trying as all that they can, but very low health. Fiends are going all over the place. Magmadons are around here. Magmadons are a fair target for the Hedgehogs. They are heavy units, but can they actually deal with 3 Magmadons when you have Hedgehogs that are so low health? And you can see how much damage one of the Hedgehogs takes from just a single sweep of it. And actually, FoxeR is going to salvage one of the mech bays. But I don't know if that's enough to try and keep the dream alive. Again, now more Magmadons, more guns. I think this is a GG. Even when you have that third base on the low ground that is mining Luminite so quickly, you're not getting any Therium anymore. You don't have any workers on Therium. What are you going to produce? Lancers against Magmadons? You're probably not going to be in a good position. And against 3 or 4 bases at this point, I think this is going to be a GG, and it's going to make it 1-1 for the side of... It's actually going to give the win to Lorimbo if FoxeR is not able to stabilize from this. And I don't think he's going to be able to stabilize it. He's going to go 2-0 for Lorimbo. He's gonna push on for the semifinals, and I think rightfully so. He's been playing really, really well. Great aggression in the first game, even though I call him your doser. And now it's just a matter of pushing forward. Getting quick walls, Age of Empires 2 players would be proud of this, but not entirely, because he wasn't able to wall off a full Magmadon on it. And I mean, the Hedgehogs are trying to do as much damage as possible, and they're even getting veterancy from it. But what else are you gonna do here? You're on one base, and yep, absolutely one base in every single unit, and it seems like FoxeR just does not want to give it up. He's gonna play it until the very last second here. So indeed, it is gonna be a GG. FoxeR